What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Bitcoin Cash for 2-2. We're talking about this for you. Man, I'm on the monthly chart here. Shout out to all the Dragon Riders in the House of the Dragon. This is a horrific looking monthly chart so far, I'm not going to lie. Man, anytime we've seen stuff like this, up here, over here, right there, it's not been a good look. It has not provided sustainable, stable price actions. We are at 370 right now. We still have 13 days left in the month. Okay, so we've got a lot of time to recover. Bitcoin Cash can recover in a short amount of time. But for right now, that's not a good looking month. I would like to see us close higher, is all I'm saying. Okay, looking at the weekly, who was it? Somebody said something. What was it? Let me see here. Oh, right. 2-2. I'm doing this one for you, actually. You didn't technically request it. You're the one that said this. Compare BCH versus BTC chart, always going lower and lower year after year from the past 7 years, is what you said. From the past 7 years. Which I guess technically BCH hasn't existed for 7 years yet, but close. You know, it's been around there. And yes, BCH versus BTC has. That's what the point of this video is supposed to be. We are going to go over the US dollar price in a second. It has gone down. Look at this chart. It's a very bearish chart. Absolutely it is. But this is the most bullish looking monthly candle we've seen throughout this entire history. It happened right after we saw the lowest price on this chart, right? If we take the most relative significant movement we saw, which was here from low to high, we went all the way down to your 1618, your golden extension area. We found support there, and now it looks like we're finding support on the 1414, right? We're like seeing somewhat, as of right now, I would say it's somewhat constructive price actions. Never before have we seen prices, or I should say readings, it is prices, it's priced in BTC, above the 123 moving average. And we've seen several times where we've maintained above there for a little bit. I would have liked to see us maintain there for longer than just a week, but hey, whatever. Also pair that with the fact that this move provided the strongest move that we've ever seen in BCH BTC history. It's the strongest movement we've ever seen. We're doing things differently than we have before. This trajectory, right, if you look at it for what it is, you can't deny it looks like it's rounding out a little bit, doesn't it? Like this, it's not such a straight down movement. It looks like it's rounding out a little bit. So with that, generally in any chart, whenever you see something moving down straight like this and you see it rounding out, you look for a standard retracement. You look for something that would be standard. So what would a standard retracement be? From all-time high to all-time low of this chart. Come on now. You know you want to. There we go. I don't even know if that's, yeah, that's not the all-time high. Right. Come on, buddy. Right there. You know, a standard retracement would be all the way up to, and technically you hit your 236 perfectly, hit your 069 perfectly. The next place would be all the way up here at 2.2% of a Bitcoin. Not only that, that'd be the first sustained higher high and higher low scenario that you've ever seen in Bitcoin Cash versus BTC's history. And potentially you could work all the way up to 6.8 cents to 9.7 cents. That is your golden ratio. So seeing potentially up to, and potentially the 786 as well, you could see 6.8 to about 10% to 15.5% of a Bitcoin's value. If Bitcoin is going to be worth potentially hundreds of thousands of dollars by the end of this cycle, you guys, Bitcoin Cash will see new all-time highs in its US dollar price as well. Okay, even at a 6.8%, I would assume Bitcoin itself, BTC, does break above 200K. I'm very confident in that. Okay, but let's say I'm wrong. Let's say it doesn't do that. The minimum target that I would have for Bitcoin would be 173, or maybe it was 178. What was it? Let's see. BTC USD. Out of all of its cycles, the weakest cycle we had was the last cycle. From all-time high to all-time low, the two previous cycles saw the 2272 being hit, which is all the way up at 460K. But last cycle, we only hit the 1618. So 173 is the minimum target I would give for that. 173 at a 6.88%, that would be over 10K. I'm fairly positive that would be over 10K. Yeah. That would definitely be over 10K. So BCH itself, having an all-time high, a current all-time high, at about 4.3K. Bitcoin Cash is doing different things. BCH, BTC is doing different things. Yes, Tutu, you are absolutely right. It has been going down its whole history. It absolutely has. But you can't ignore the facts, right? That's the whole point of your argument. You can't ignore the facts, right? That it's been going down its whole life. You can't ignore the facts that we're doing things differently now. We're seeing stronger readings than we ever have before. We have a potential higher low and higher high scenario that could be sustained. We've never seen that before either. Until we get the higher high, that's just a hypothetical, right? So to be completely fair. But 236 resistance, 0.069 support. The next target would be up here. It looks good to me, man. Strongest readings we've ever seen. Multiple times we've been above the 123 where we just couldn't even get above it before. No, we did not have it before this week over here, right? That was the 123rd week right there. But if you look at this line and you kind of ghosted it, you assumed, I mean, even if we put a flat, like solid flat, like indication, like you wouldn't have gone above it at all over here, and it probably wouldn't have been flat, right? Like you probably would have gone like something like that, but who knows? Who knows how long or like what it would have looked like from before. We didn't have 123 weeks, so we can't. It's all just guessing. It's not appropriate really to even do that. But I'm just saying, for what it's worth, we are doing things differently here. We found support at a very key area on the low to high 1618 extension down here. That really could be, and I've said this before. I said this, you guys. For those of you that have been watching, for all the Dragon Riders out there that have been watching since this time last year, you know that I called for this low, right? I actually called for this low to be the low that we would never go below again. We had a quick little shakeout, a fake out to the downside. That is the technical low. But this area, nonetheless, I've been saying for a long time, and I'll say it now, confidently now as I did then, that is the all-time low for Bitcoin Cash versus BTC. We will never go below that difference in BCH versus BTC again. That's my theory. I think BCH, in that sense, if you think about it, that means BCH is only going to stand to gain value over Bitcoin over time from now on. I doubt we go below this low. And if we do go below this low, it'll probably be several cycles later. You know, maybe I'm counting on that being the all-time low, but I can be wrong. But it would take some immense time, in my opinion, before we saw that. But multiple cycles, I would think. But anyways, let's get back to BCH USD. Yep, we had our nice move. It did not follow through after 1 week. We are moving down now, and we are consolidating. We were overbought, now we're not. Now we're consolidating. I do think, you guys, we will see higher prices, but as I was calling for, as a lot of us were calling for and hoping for, that we would see higher prices in the more immediate time frames, it just looks like that's not going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen. I'm sure you guys are catching wind of that as well. I don't think we're going to see that $600 to $900 price area that we've been looking for. I don't think we're going to see it, unfortunately. It does look like at this point in time we are breaking this symmetrical triangle look that we had going on. That's not encouraging. Maybe it's not a symmetrical triangle. Maybe it's not a pennant. You know, yesterday I had this drawn, and that was kind of the area. Maybe it is. You know, we could still pull up today, but this is not a good look, to be fair. But you know, it looked like one until today. Now maybe it's a bull flag. Maybe it's not a bull flag. Maybe it's who knows. Maybe this was a false move up. It was a bull trap, and now we're moving down again, and we find support down at that 260 area or $300 area. Who knows? I'm personally not expecting that we go below 320, but this is not a good look so far, especially not today, especially not after it looked like you found support below your 50, got above it, and now you're coming back down. This would not be a good look at all. So let's look at the 4 hour, see what we're doing. The 4 hour looks like ass. So you guys, unfortunately, finding support or finding resistance on the 123 moving average, we've found support on it several times before. I'm kind of under the impression that we go lower. I don't believe that we're going to go lower than that low, but let's just see where we're at. This could be the low that we're at right now. Who knows? Yeah, 365, 353, somewhere in there. That's the potential targets. We're at 367 now, so that's really not saying much. But hopefully we find support there, because if not, if we don't find support there, it's very possible, very, very possible that we could go to 310 or even 277. Now, we don't have to go to these prices just because they're extensions. We could find support somewhere in the black abyss of nothingness over here. It is possible. They're just lines. They're not requirements. But based off fibs, this is the projected area that we would go to if this line, the 886, breaks, okay? If we can't hold that, we can wick below it, but don't you dare close below it. If we can't hold that, then prices below $300 become back on the table. They are back on the table, which good for anybody who wants to invest in this thing that missed it on the last chance. The one thing making me think that we don't see that is if we zoom out, we look at this on a weekly, that's a pretty solid move with pretty solid volume, right? And our resistance, our previous resistance point right here was literally at 330 where we kind of found support in this area. So if we hold support there, maybe we don't even go down there, but if we hold support there, that wouldn't be crazy at all. And it would be really weird to me to go all the way back down to like this $260, $300 area after seeing a candle like this with that kind of volume backing it up. It'd be really weird, but weird things happen, man. This is Bitcoin Cash. We have seen it have very bullish weeks and then give it back and then continue higher and then give it all back and then continue higher. It is a volatile son of a gun, man. It is a very volatile one. And that's why we call it the dragon. For those of you that don't know, we call it the dragon because if you try to grab this thing by the tail, it takes flight. It's been resting on its mound of treasure, and now it's like, I'm going to go out and get more. You try to catch it as it's soaring, you're going to get burned. You're going to get burned, right? We call it the dragon because it's fun. It's like this thing that like flies, right? It's an idea that it will go higher. But the real reason for it is because it's a dangerous beast, man. It's a dangerous beast. If you're patient, if you wait things out, you know, it's okay. But if you're out there trying to catch dragons by the tail, man, it's not going to be friendly. It's not a friendly thing. This is very much not a friendly coin. Over time, it is. Over time, it will amass its own riches and wealths. And if we're holding on, betting on the dragon, it'll continue to do this. But on these shorter term moves, you can get burned. You really can get burned. So don't FOMO. Don't FOMO at the tops, right? Be patient. Most of the time when Bitcoin Cash moves, it does pull back a certain degree. That'll give you a better opportunity. Maybe you won't get these opportunities down here, but better than what you saw here. It could have continued to grow all the way up to $600 or $900 and then pull back all the way back to like this high area. You would have still gotten a chance to buy there. It's better to buy on the pullbacks anyways than to chase. So getting off topic here, but yeah, I kind of do think you want to move lower for the time being. Bitcoin Cash does look a little bit bearish at the moment. That 4 hour is not a good look. I got nothing else I want to say. So if you guys like the video, hit that like button. Subscribe if you want to see more. I very much do appreciate you guys. I just noticed that the music was on this whole time. I'm sorry. I left it on. I need to be better about that, man. That was not intentional. But hopefully it wasn't too distracting. Hopefully you guys heard and understood what I was meaning to say. I do intend to turn the music on for the intros and the outros. I did not mean to leave it on that whole video. So just so you guys know, if anybody's wondering out there, like, is this going to be a new thing? It won't be. I know there's a lot of you, most of you actually like it, but there are some people who find it distracting, and you know, I don't want to distract people. With or without the music, you can hear the TA, but I mean, if with the music you can't, then for the people who like the music, like myself, like most of you out there, I think we can suck it up. We can listen to music on our own time, right? Play some background music while you're watching the video. I don't know. But we'll have it in the intros. We'll have it in the outros. I did not mean to play it throughout the whole video, so my bad. But hit that like button. Subscribe if you'd like to see more. Leave in the comments if you disagree with anything that I've said, as I'm sure some of you will. There's one guy out there that says he's been counter trading me and he's made so much money doing it. But it's like, I don't know, man. If you counter traded me, that means that you were short during this move, which means you got obliterated. So I don't know how much money you could have made in the last 3 weeks' time. I definitely have been calling for prices to go higher over the last 3 weeks since this high, but before then I had been calling for this move essentially. I just thought it would take more time. So whoever you are, if you're watching this video, if you really are counter trading me, which I think we both know you're not, because if you were, there's no way you're making money. There's just no way. Maybe in the last couple weeks, maybe, but if you've been doing this for more than just a couple weeks, you've absolutely already been obliterated to zero. Like, absolutely. Because if you're counter trading and I called for it to go up, that means you went short. This move was 75% to the green. There's no way you didn't get liquidated, man. There's absolutely 0% chance you didn't get liquidated. So maybe with your pennies, you've come back a little bit over the past few weeks, but hey, man, probably going lower. Probably going lower from here. So go ahead and go long, and then it'll go lower, and then you'll say that you're making money. I don't know. I'm getting caught up on somebody who's just a clown, just a joker, but I think that's why he does it. I think he likes getting the attention. So giving you the attention and addressing the lies that you're telling, because there's no way, bro. There's no way that you're counter trading me and you're making money. Absolutely no way. Go back and watch the videos, guys. Watch any video, right? Time after time. Watch 10 random videos, and you'll find that. And I don't brag about me being right or wrong. I really don't. I address when I'm wrong. I don't brag about it. But find 10 random videos. At least 6 out of those 10 are going to be right, which means that if you're counter trading me, on average, you're losing, probably. But maybe you're doing it right. Maybe you're somehow counter trading at the lucky points in time. But I don't know, man. That last little segment shouldn't have even been in there, but there it was. Anyways, take care, everybody. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you want to see more. And I will see you on the next one. None of this is financial advice. Counter trade me if you want to. I don't care. Bye-bye.